Yeah, y'all see what's going on. I'm about to give y'all the sauce about what it's like to fight an Alpha Draconian, bro. So it was me, my homie Cash, and my homie Broly. That's what we call her, right? And man, the way that all this just lined up was so crazy because me, Cash, and Broly were actually related, you know, in a past life and stuff like that, right? That dealt with all this type of shit, Alpha Draconians and all this other shit, right? And it's like, let me just tell y'all how this all even began. So, I came into the fight 2 days before the final fight, which was on the 22nd. Now, they were fighting this being for at least a month, maybe a couple of months, right? But I know it was for at least a month. And at one point, they were talking about it, right? And I was just like, damn, like they're going through all that because they were mentioning how like they tried to fight it, and then like just like if you watch my boy Cash's video, he explains it more about how they tried to fight it at first, but like it pretty much just like didn't really go well. If you want to understand more about how it went, then go watch his video about it. Like watch his John's kind of like a part one, and then see it's like a part two. 'Cause like I said, I came in towards the end. And like this is like my experience of like dealing with the whole entire thing. But if you want to see how it first started off, go to his video for a fact. But yeah, they tried to fight it at first, and it really didn't go well like that. So on November 11th, I remember I have it on my phone. I don't really feel like showing y'all, but on November 11th, I messaged Cash. I'm like, "Yo, if y'all don't beat that Alpha Draconian by the 22nd, let me know, cause y'all can call me in and we gonna fuck that shit up." And he's like, "I bet, bro, I would love that." Now here's why I said that. I was already planning on like becoming like on like some what I'm saying kind of shit. I'm in a big evolution period right now, and I've been tapping into a lot of different things, right? So I already knew that by the 22nd I would be ready, like, cause I'm like at that period of time I'm like, am I fully ready? Cause the thing is I could have like been ready, but I was like pretty much with me, I was getting all my BS out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you do BS for so long, it's like you kind of get tired of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, is there any BS that I want to get out the way before I fight this being? Because I already know that when you fight these beings, they send demons your way and they use all your weak points and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm like, okay, let me just get all my BS out the way. That's why I told my boy, like, by the 22nd, like, call me in. Because aside from fighting the being, I was already gonna get my BS out the way because I was trying to evolve into like a greater version of myself. So I'm like, okay, what BS does like parts of me still want to do, kind of? So I got all that stuff out the way, right? So we couldn't really use it as much. So with that being said, right, I'm like in my head, I'm like, I hope they beat it, but I'm also like, I don't think they're going to. Not because they're not strong enough, but simply because I think I'm supposed to beat her. I feel like I'm supposed to beat her type shit. I just felt like it was. So, and I was supposed to beat her, and it kind of all made sense because, like I said, we were all related in the past, and we would fight beings like Alpha Draconians. You know what I'm saying? That's what we would do. So it's like at that period of time, we were actually learning more all about our connection and stuff like that. We were learning more about, oh my God, like we were related and we fought Alpha Dracos. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we were kind of reliving the past. And it's like even more crazy stuff started to happen, right? So like I said, watch Cash's video for like the whole like month of what they went through and stuff like that. But when I eventually came in, right? So my playlist is coming on the 22nd. I actually came in on the 20th without even fully knowing it. But like I did want to help out a bit earlier because like they would talk about it every now and then, and I would just be like, damn, like they still ain't like beat that shit. Like I want to just like go in at this point because at first all I knew was that they had like a certain kind of struggle, right? You know what I'm saying? But then I knew like that it got like a bit more physical. I'm like, that being's that strong. I'm like, nah, bro, I can't just let them go through that shit, right? So I'm kind of like, I already kind of want to help. And it was funny because 2 days before fighting the dude, right? So around the 20th, I was having thoughts in my head about I call the guy DiGiorno because his name has like the something at the end. And I'm just like, nigga, your name DiGiorno, bro. You know what I'm saying? He tried to call himself fucking the dragon. Like, you are not the dragon. You want to be a dragon. You're an Alpha Draconian. You might be mixed with a dark dragon's DNA, but you're not a full dragon, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You're DiGiorno. Your name is DiGiorno. DiGiorno. Your name's DiGiorno. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Your name's fucking DiGiorno, my nigga. But talking so DiGiorno, right? I was just waking up in my head. No, I just knew stuff about DiGiorno and kind of what the fuck was going on inside Cass's town and stuff like that for some reason. So on the 21st, right, we actually had a family meeting. with it was me, my boy Cash, you know what I'm saying, the homie Broly, and then two of our other siblings, right, from a past life and stuff. And we're all just talking, and then they bring up the battle and stuff like that again, right? And I'm like, tomorrow the 22nd, y'all could call me in and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, bro, bet, you know what I'm saying? And of course they're breaking up the dangers of fighting the demon and stuff like that. Like they gave me the person's name because even like a week before that call, right? So a week before the 21st, right, which would have been what was 21 minus 7. That joint is what like that joint is like, damn, my math is horrible. Oh no, it's 14, right? So it would have been the 14th. So on the 14th we had a meeting, right? And that's when they brought up that's when I first learned the being's name, right? And they're like, be careful when saying the name and stuff like that because we don't want that being to come through and start attacking y'all and stuff like that. And I'm just like, shit, I already know I'm gonna be fighting this being at some point, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, like it was from that first period of time that I'm already thinking like, damn, I want to come in a little bit early and stuff like that, right? And I started thinking that more and more as the days went on. And then on the 21st, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was by that point, I had already started knowing more about DiGiorno for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I already knew his name and stuff like that. So like I was getting more information about him, right? So I'm like, tomorrow you can call me and stuff like that. And Cash is like, bet, you know what I'm saying? Bet, just be careful with certain stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cool. Now we talk on the 22nd, the day of the final fight, which I didn't even know was the final fight, right? Now me and Cash are on the phone talking, and he's like, he I told him, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, yo, we got to speak about DiGiorno because it's the 22nd. You can call me and stuff like that, right? And he was like, okay, bet. Like he was like, just remember, like, be careful because like he's gonna use your like your biggest fears. He's gonna send beans, all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, the final fight is actually today. And I'm like, the final fight's today. I'm like, DiGiorno would pick the day that I said I wanted to be tagged in for it to be the final fight. The 11/22. That was a portal day also. I'm like, a card DiGiorno must know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to say the first part of his name. Don't just go around saying that name. You know what I'm saying? Please don't do that. But I just say DiGiorno. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, DiGiorno, right? So when it comes to DiGiorno, motherfucking, what the fuck? My fault. I had a brain fart. Hold the fuck up. Oh yeah, he's like, watch out for bins coming your way and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what, bro? I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I be having bins come my way already. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm explaining because around the 20th, right? I would have stuff pop up like either people trying to distract me and like throw me off task or like succubus stuff. Now, I'm gonna talk now. If you want to know, if you want to get in depth with how I fought the succubus in and of itself, go to my Patreon. I'm gonna talk about that on my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? But just know that at first it was like in the red succubus attacks. Like I go on my phone and for some reason there's a whole bunch of sexual shit on my phone that's not normally there. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like that was already happening. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. That's already been happening and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he's probably already been trying to stop me from coming inside the battle because also the day of on the 22nd, the morning before I talked to Cash on the 22nd, right? Because we fought at nighttime on the 22nd, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But in the morning time, right? I was talking to somebody, right? And they were trying to piss me off, and it kind of worked. So like, we arguing and stuff like that, right? And they're just wasting my time. And then they also like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna call the cops and say all this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, that's a waste of time. Like, I could clearly show them the messages and what even happened. Like, you're just gonna be wasting everyone's time and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm in my head. I'm like, this is probably this is probably some DiGiorno influence, because I'm already knowing that it's like a spirit of some sort, right? But I'm like, it's probably DiGiorno specifically that's fucking sending this being to me because, like I said, I already been knowing more about DiGiorno and stuff like that, and it's the day that I think that I want to be tagged in. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably DiGiorno because he already know what's going on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get to how I found out and how we both found out that I've been fighting there for like a grip, low key, for 2 days. Like how I was there from the 20th to the 22nd, right? I didn't know that at first, but I'm just like the day of, right, on the 22nd, right? Bro, like I said, I get into that dumb behind argument. Then I'm like, you know what, bro? This is a freaking spirit, right? That's feeding off of the person's anger and hate that they feel towards me right now. So if I do something that makes them like me, it should just make the spirit go the fuck away. Nigga, that's exactly what happened. I was like, yo, do you want to like hang out and like maybe take some shrooms or something like that? Because I know this person would be down to like take shrooms and all this other shit, right? And they're like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. And I'm like, of course, you know what I'm saying? So when that happened, they're like, yeah, I want to do that, but I still want to put you inside your neck. I'm like, that's cool. Do you want to come right now? And then they were like, oh no, I can't come right now, but maybe at nighttime. And I'm like, you would want to come at nighttime. Why is that so important? Because, like I said, that's the day I want to be tagged in. And at this moment, I didn't even know that this was the final fight that they were doing inside of a dragon pit. Which there's, bro, the way that dragon pit shit lined up is crazy as fuck, also. But my nigga, I brain fart. Hold the fuck up. Oh yeah, they want to do it at night because if I'm doing it at night, I won't be able to go inside the astral and fight. You know what I'm saying? If I don't do it at night, I mean, if I do it at night, then I can't fight. So I'm already peeping that shit. I'm like, this is definitely DiGiorno. He don't want me to get tagged in. So I'm like, word, we'll do it at nighttime. But at this point, I'm like, I'm not gonna do that shit at nighttime, right? And I'm like, they're not mad at me no more, so the spirit is gonna be gone, and they can't affect me. I also did a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call down some years, you know what I'm saying? Come on, I be getting down with the hangs, you know what I'm saying? Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't. I really hung ya with the heavenly fire and cleanse some shit out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got the heavenly fire up there, you just can't see it. I really bring that joint down and just hang, you know what I mean? So with that, I'm already doing all kinds of years to make sure that stuff get cleared out, right? So I told them, I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think we should hang out due to the simple fact that I don't want us to argue and then I disrespect you and I end up hurting your feelings and stuff like that cuz I don't want to do that to you cuz I care about you, you know what I'm saying? I said some real nice shit. I said some real nice shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, "You know what? Yeah, I understand. That's cool. Da 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 da." I'm like, "Yeah, finesse, finessed." You know what I'm saying? And there be, bro, I already be intuitively knowing how to like kind of get spirits out of people sometimes, right? Because like I'll be in the astral, right? And like I'll get a text in I know this shit some phones in the ass, but I'll get a text in the astral, right? And they're like, yo, like someone was like, yo, the ghost came back one time. So I could do an exorcist on a ghost in the astral. I swear to God, I be doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's been times where I had to where I kind of had to like stop Alpha Dracos from coming through my portal, which I made a video about that on my Patreon, and it started getting fucked up by reptilians that came through. I'm gonna show you at some point that like I'm like, yo, a reptilian just get to my portal, and then I know you lose the video start fucking up, literally. You know what I'm saying? I sensed it before it happened too, so like you're gonna see that like this shit is literally real, you know. And before making this video, right, my camera was fucking up. This never happens, but this shit was saying shit like it's like it didn't want me to make this video, and I swear to God that shit is like that because why would they want to make a video about them getting their ass beat? You know what I'm saying? Why would they want that shit? How the fuck did I just accidentally? Here it is. Bam. Fuck, y'all can't. Of course, y'all can't see this shit, but yeah, it says we can't find your camera. I had to fucking do a whole bunch of anything to fucking make this shit work again. I swear to God. But well, like I was saying, right, Mister DiGiorno, and I had a brain fart. Hold up. Oh yeah, so I be knowing what to do. There's also been times where like people, bro, I've been off streams with people, right? You know what I'm saying? And then like people are like, it's like they'll have some shit enter them, right? Not to do some shit like they'll be like acting weird or like just doing anything, right? Then I do some shit like this, like I clap in front of them because I know it's gonna catch them off guard, bro. It literally happened. I was like, caught them off guard. They started crying, bro, and then I'm just like, where I just gave them a hug, started laughing. Then they started laughing. They were back to normal. I swear to God, I just be knowing what to do. I'm kind of just built for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I do exorcism shit. You know, I kind of do that stuff. So yeah. Now when it comes to this shit though, right? So yeah, I got that person to like stop being mad and all that other shit. And I'm telling Cash all about it and stuff like that. And I'm like, also, bro, I've been getting more info about the Giorno and for some reason because the day before during the Draco meeting, right, with our family and stuff like that, right on the 21st, I was like, yo, Cash, I think we've been inside the Astral and you've been telling me about the Giorno. I think that's been happening. I want to see if he remembered or something like that because maybe a day or a couple days before that, we actually were in the Astral. Like, I had a dream of him talking to me and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, yo, bro, I had a dream of you talking to me about X, Y, and Z. Did you come to my shit on purpose? He's like, yeah, bro, that was me, that was me, that was me. And I'm like, yeah, I do that was you, I do that was you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm trying to see if he would remember telling me about the journal and stuff like that, but he didn't really say nothing about it, right? But on the 22nd, on our phone call, he was like, yo, you actually been there for like the past 2 days. And I'm like, I had a feeling it was something like that. Cause why do I like kind of see your neighborhood and I kind of know about the journal and all this other shit, you know? Like I felt like that's what it was. And he's like, well, yeah, today's well, yeah, today's the final battle and stuff like that. We already set up a time and place and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he was telling me how the journal was like, well, I know you guys are gonna keep on coming, so let's just fight in the pit. You know what I'm saying? And then you can have everybody watching stuff like that. And when he told me that, I literally told Cash, I'm like, this man is such an alpha Draco. And I said that because I remember when I would do shit like that, like, okay, you want to fight? Let's just do it one on one. Everybody can see and stuff like that. I remember also being in situations where I'm in the pit, like, and I'm not the game master, because there would be points where I'm the game master of the pit, so to speak, like how DiGiorno was, and there would be times where I'm not the game master and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Before I wasn't and stuff like that, but then I pretty much became a person who was able to become a game master. Then I pretty much like I was like, y'all put me through this shit, I'm gonna put y'all through this shit now, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of wanted to get revenge and stuff like that. But yeah. So I'm like, he's such an Alpha Draco. Because when I was Alpha Draco, I did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Plus with the whole sending demon shit and all that shit, like I knew that I would do shit like that when I was an Alpha Draco. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what the fuck he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now peep game. Before fighting inside this dragon pit, right? And dragon pits are pretty much there will be places where like, pretty much. So a basic way of saying it is that pretty much these alpha dracos will make dragons fight inside these pits for their life and stuff like that, right? And oftentimes there'll be like little sick games inside of there. Like I remember back when I was the game master, so to speak, at some point, right? I would do shit with mothers and their children and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, like make them pick between certain shit or make them have to kill somebody that they love or something. Like I ain't gonna lie, I would do like fucked up shit like that because like they did fucked up shit like that to me. So I'm like, okay, nigga, now that I pretty much, beat y'all, I'm about to put y'all through this shit. I eventually stopped that shit though. I ain't gonna lie. That was a dark period of my time. But I thought it was for the light. But I'm like, at this point, this shit is pointless because my boy Cash actually helped me with that whole entire phase of my life in a past life. So yeah, that was a whole entire thing. But anyway, before fighting inside that pit, me and Cash been watching a show called Alice in Borderland. Cause Cash was already watching it. He was like, I was getting told that it's like training and stuff like that. And he was telling that he was seeing that shit on Instagram Live. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try watching that shit. It sounds like a good show. I'm watching it, nigga. That shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I actually finished the whole entire show the day that we were supposed to fight. You know what I'm saying? Either the day, yeah, it was the day we were supposed to fight that I finished the show. You know what I'm saying? So I finished the whole entire show, and it's like, yeah, and that's so pivotal because in Alice in Borderland, they play these sick behind games and stuff like that, and you kind of experience that shit inside the Dragon Pit, especially because when it comes to like, these Alpha Draco, that they like to use your biggest fears and stuff against you. So they're literally, it's like they put you inside mini games and make you see certain shit and all this other stuff like fuck with you when you're inside the pit. So yeah, he's telling me all that shit and how they have a time and a place. I'm like, okay, bet what time is it? He's like, I don't know, but my astral self knows. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. And I'm gonna show you how that's literally true. Cause like I just got summoned there at some point. And like it's not like I was just going to sleep at my normal time. Cause the very next day, nigga, I was up till like 4 a.m. At the same time as Cash too. The shit was crazy how this shit all linked up. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so like you see how me, the homie Cash, and the homie Broly was already learning more about our connection and stuff like that, right? About how we would actually fight these beings together. And then we start fighting this being together inside of a dragon pit. And it's like we experience dragon pit stuff while also watching a show that's kind of similar to something to experience inside these pits and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like it was a whole entire thing, right? But yeah, so we realized that I've been fighting there for a couple of days and that he's been sending these beings to me and stuff like that and all this other shit. So the night of, right, I'm like, okay, nigga, I'm gonna fucking prepare. So nigga, I had all my jewelry on at nighttime and stuff like that. I'm ready. If you want to see what I had on, go watch Cash's video. You know what I'm saying? Like he puts it inside because I sent him all the shit. I'm like, nigga, I was ready. I was suited up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just watching TV. At some point, I'm just like, I'm just getting tired of this shit. I'm like, okay, I guess it's time to go to the Astral type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I turn off the TV and stuff like that. And it's like watching TV had my mind not fully focused and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like as I'm falling asleep, I'm like, I'm feeling this like fear. I'm like, why am I feeling this fear right now? Like this must be DiGiorno. So I'm like, let me actually like get my mind right. So I have to get my mind right, right? And then it's like I feel myself getting more peaceful. I'm eventually just drifting off and stuff like that, right? And then eventually we all meet in the Astral, right? And then yeah, we meet me, Cash, and Broly meet. Then we eventually go to the arena and stuff like that, right? So the arena pretty much is like there's people watching and stuff like that, and the journal's on one end, and then me, Cash, and Broly on the other end, right? And Cash is in the middle. Broly's on Cash's right. I'm on Cash's left, right? And pretty much it's like we have to like we're gonna like run towards this journal and stuff like that to like fight him and stuff. But as we're running towards him, we're getting put through like all this stuff. We're like seeing our greatest fears. He may try to like he just sends demons our way and all this other stuff, right? Kind of like as if we're playing these games of Alice in Borderland, right? So there's at one point our friend Broly was kind of like we were actually all struggling, right? It's just that we struggled in different ways. So when Broly was struggling, right, he's not my fault for saying. I'm saying he because man, Broly was our brother. You know what I'm saying? Like even though Broly's a girl in this life, man, y'all don't want to fuck with Broly. Y'all ain't gonna y'all don't want to fuck with Broly. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Broly's struggling at some point, right? And she's not saying help me or don't help me. So because of that, me and Cass both decide to help her out a little bit, right? And then when Cass is kind of being like fucked with, he's like, nah, bro, just go without me. You know what I'm saying? I got this, bro. I got this. You know what I'm saying? Cash actually told me that he got sent. Cash actually told me that he got sent to. Fuck. Cash actually told me that he got sent back to his body like 5 times or something like that. And every time he was just like fired up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense because it's like deals will come for him and stuff like that, and he's just fighting it, and then like they may like get him a little bit. He's like, I gotta go back in. You know, he's just fighting him again. He's like, nah, bro, y'all don't gotta help me. Just go on, just go on. I'm like, okay, bet. We're like, bet, and stuff like that, right? And with me, it's like, bro, it's like the whole time I'm fighting a fucking uphill battle of just like my greatest fears and shit. Like, I don't remember everything that I fucking saw, but I just know I'm just fucking fighting through shit. And at some point, I did get sent back to my body. And at the time, I didn't know what the fuck fully did it, but I know what the fuck did it now. And I'm gonna tell you what the fuck it was. But at the time, just like, nigga, I'm fighting, just like I'm just fighting through this shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, at some point, it just gets to me. So I'm back inside my body and shit. I wake up, I'm like, nigga, I just feel all this fear. I'm like, this nigga DiGiorno got me. Oh fuck no! And I'm like, this that shit that Cash was talking about, because he was saying like, remember when you go inside the battle, he gonna use your biggest fears and all that other shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm already knowing, but you know, I got this, bro. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, we all had it. It's just that like we all going through our own shit, and it's like, yeah. So I get sent back. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Like this nigga got me, nigga. I feel like I'm in Doctor Strange because in Doctor Strange was fighting inside the astral plane, got sent back to his body, had to go the fuck back out. It was the same shit with me, nigga. I got back quick too. I ain't gonna lie, you know. I'm like, oh fuck no, nigga, and I'm back inside that bitch, right? And by the way, when we helped out our friend Broly, right? Broly had a power that activated, and it makes sense because it's like the fact that it's like our love for Broly and the way that like we decided to help Broly, it's like that kind of helped to activate the flame on top of the fact that they were already feeling like, nigga, I'm trying to fuck up this being. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and their power is like very calm, but it will still like fuck you up type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And when Cash was going through his whole entire thing, his power activated too, but his shit is more like, nigga, like, nah, I'ma fuck them shit up, you know what I'm saying? Where Broly is like, oh yeah, you're getting fucked up. Like it still get fiery as shit, but it's like it's more like calm and shit like that. And then with me, right? So when I eventually get back in, I'm still fighting like this uphill battle, right? And it's like Cash is kind of looking back as if like he's about to come to me, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good, type shit. Keep going, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like with my power, my shit activate too, and my shit's calm like that also. But it's like my shit's like my shit. Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. I like so with me, right? Mine is like imagine that mine's like a calm and steady joint, right? Mine's a calm and steady joint. You know what I'm saying? Cash is like a fiery blaze. You know what I'm saying? And then Broly's is like a calm, flowy joint. Like mine's a bit more like solid John, and his is like a more like a my fault. I keep on saying his because like even in the Astral, we're inside of our Alpha Draco form, so like it's all masculine shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But like Broly is a girl though in this life. That's always gonna be my bro though. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be my bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Same with I have another sister that was my sibling in Draco. And like that's my bro too. Even though they're a girl inside this, like that's my bro. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And I was a girl before, you know what I'm saying? So I could be somebody's sis. And I don't give a fuck about it. Like if that's how you want to see that, nigga, I don't really care about that. Like gender, like like people still worry about gender. It's like, yeah. Now that don't mean that fucking I agree with the whole entire transhumanism agenda. Like, I don't have a problem with transgenders, but the agenda behind it, that's what I have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? And trying to push that upon kids and who can't make their own decisions and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different ballgame. But aside from that topic, right? Back focused on this shit. Yeah. So I'm like a calm, stable, rocky, more solid John. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to like the calm, flowy shit, right? But all of our powers are active. I mean, we have several powers, but there's a certain power I'm talking about that I don't want to fully say what it is. But like, yeah, that shit's active. And we're going towards dude and like, you know what I'm saying? We eventually like we're beating his ass pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like doing his like best and like fighting back, but it's like he's fighting three strong people actively like 1-on-1. And like it's not like he's sending shit to us. We gotta fight these other beings first. Like at now we're at him. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of like are just like start beating him up and stuff like that. And like he's like, okay, you guys got it, but like like he's like, you guys ever seen? He's like, you guys haven't seen the last of me, kind of a thing. I'm gonna be back and stuff like that. Da, 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 da. And it's like when he said that, I'm like, yeah, but whatever, fuck, whatever you say. And Cash is like, yeah, like whatever, like we're gonna see about that. You know what I'm saying? And Broly's just like I don't even think Broly said anything, but Broly's just kind of like, whatever, bro. Like kind of like a rolling my eyes, you're gonna get it next time I see you kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Cash is like, man, we're gonna see about that. Like, yeah, pull up. We're gonna see about that more of a thing. Like, well, he's not really like pull up. But he's like, yeah, you say like we're gonna see kind of like if you come back, we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yeah, bro, whatever you say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And then after that, I had experiences still with them inside the Astral, right? And I'm pretty sure that Cash, because we were also have a call with multiple people, right? And I think that Cash was explaining what was happening last night, well, during the nighttime, because he was also explaining a mission that he had to do, right, with a certain person. And this person he's talking about is actually a joint mission between me and him. And we actually met this person in a past life. Guess where we met this person at? At a dragon pit. You see how this is all like linking up and stuff like that? This shit, like, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So he's talking about that mission, right? And then after that, he's texting me saying like, be careful, cause all these dark beings are gonna start coming to you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And make sure to he mentioned my mom also and about like looking out for my mom and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, word. So eventually I wake up, right? I'm like, I don't feel drained. I'm like, let me check my body. I don't see any marks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me kind of feel the energy of like Cass's town. Because I kind of know what it feels like now a little bit. And I'm like, it feels more clear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm texting Cass. I'm like, did we win? I'm like, did we win? because because I'm like, did we win? Because I don't remember everything fully. I just right at the time I only knew that he knocked me back to my body by doing some shit. But after he knocked me back, I kind of got back into it, and then we started fighting a bit more. So I'm like, did we win? And then catches me back. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty. He's like, yeah, like we definitely won in some way, but there's still more to do, and all this other shit. And I'm like, yeah, bro, makes sense because by this period of time, I was remembering more. I'm like, and I started remembering more of like, okay, he sent me back to my body because he showed me something about my mom. You know what I'm saying? Which is partially why Cash also sent me, because in the experience that I had, it's like I want to see a dream, but it's not like just a dream, but pretty much in a dream, you could say Cass is texting me saying the shit about watch out for negative beings, shit with my mom and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. With that being said, right? Fuck, brain fart. Oh yeah. So I was telling you how I was remembering what the fuck was happening. So I'm like, I remember more about the fact that he sent me back by showing me some shit with my mom. I didn't know fully what it was yet, and then I also knew that like we had to clean up stuff that DiGiorno did around town and everything the following night and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he told me, Cash was like, yeah, I know that we won in some way, but there's still more to do. I'm like, yeah, bro. What happened was I also remember that a car. Fuck, I didn't want to say his name. DiGiorno said that he was gonna be back, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So I remembered that. So I'm like, yeah, bro, that makes sense because I remembered a bit more. The journal said he's gonna be back, and for right now, we gotta clean up the town and stuff like that, and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're just remembering more and everything like that, right? And at some point, I'm like, bro, can y'all please show me what the fuck it was that's sitting back to my body, right? And I call these trauma blocks because when it comes to even past life memories, right? A lot of times you can't get certain memories because trauma is blocking it. Like it's too traumatic for you to handle right now, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had a trauma block about what I had. There's more trauma blocks that I had from this night too. So I don't remember like the uphill battle. I can't fully tell you everything that I saw. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you that the shit that sent me back to my body was he showed me himself killing my mom. That just sent me back to my body. That shit like fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That's why I came back. But I'm like, hold the fuck up. You're not about to get me like that. So yeah, I went back in and I fucked them up. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened, bro. And then the next day, like, so on the 24th, which was yesterday, right? I get a text from a succubus saying, hey, can you please do X, Y, and Z to me? Now, like I said, if you want to know how I fully fought off the succubus fully and stuff like that, go to my Patreon. But that was so blatant. And then we have more beings texting us trying to deceive us and stuff like that. Like, this shit was wild, bro. So I had the succubus join yesterday along with a deceiver, and then today was more deceivers. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it was just a whole bunch of that. But with that being said, it's been your boy Dar for Diamond Coach Gang Entertainment. For coaching links down below, Starseed readings down below, Discord down below, everything's down below. Did I say Discord, Patreon down below too? You know what I'm saying? Social media's down below, TikTok and all that shit. I love you all. I'm gonna catch my next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts.